Thanks so much. It's Ethan Van Sciver, All Caps Comics. Continuing on with this two-page spread. It's a reverse angle shot of our boy Trick Ron, our hero Trick Ron, otherwise known as Cyberfrog, having woken up in the Delaware River after a 20-year hibernation. The whole reason why he was here, he was put here on Earth, was to stop this alien invasion of hornets, gigantic hornets called the Vespes. Vizbiz. There are no vowels. Well, there's one vowel. There's a Y. Vyzzpzz. Vespes. From coming and conquering the Earth. That's why he was put here. His home planet knew that that invasion was coming, and so they sent him to Earth to stop it. And he was unable to stop it. He should have been able to stop it, but Cyberfrog's weakness is that he's distracted and oftentimes kind of lazy, selfish. So he missed out, he blew it, and for 20 years he lay at the bottom of the Delaware River having been stung almost to death, and now he floats to the surface. And in a previous page we showed his front view. We showed him surface, and we saw his facial expression, which was one of shock, and of course, you know, the way that we tell stories, kind of in a Steven Spielberg kind of style. You show someone's facial expression and how they're reacting to something before you actually let the audience see what it is that they're looking at. It's Hitchcockian as well. It's another way to build suspense. So then we go behind Cyberfrog, and we're going to do a reverse shot, kind of a point of view, but from over his shoulder of what he sees. And what he sees is the city of Philadelphia, which is right over the bridge from where I live. And Philadelphia has been taken over, and it's changed quite a bit in the 20 years that Cyberfrog has been asleep. So the challenge here, of course, is to design what the city of Philadelphia looks like if it's been papered over by dried out human skin and bone. I'm also going to add some panels up here as well. I'm just going to draw them out freehand like this, just kind of like that, like so. They're not perfect. They're not going to be ruled. I will make those a little bit better. But I mean, those are going to be just close-up shots of some of the stuff that he sees. Kind of like as though the camera comes in on a wire, just on various close-up things, horrible things that he's going to witness. And of course, you know, we're going to show, we'll show the city across the river. First, we got to finish Cyberfrog, and that is, no easy task. I think people are all remarking on how incredibly detailed my art is, and how much care goes into it. I don't know. I don't feel like it's any more detailed than a lot of other artists' artwork that work for DC Comics or Marvel Comics. But I do put care into it, and I always try to give it my best, especially when it's something like this that is completely and totally mine. I'm not doing this to impress an editor. I'm not trying to please a writer. I'm doing it for myself, and that just makes it incredibly personal. I want to be satisfied by my own work. I want this to be the Cyberfrog book that I've always wanted to do. I've got this opportunity that you guys have given me to do the Cyberfrog book that I've always wanted to do. You've funded it. You've made it possible for me to do this, and you bet I'm going to take advantage of that and do the best book that I can, so that you'll be happy, but also I'll be happy. I want this to be something that stays on my shelf for a long time. I'm working on Cyberfrog's elbow. Yeah, a lot of heavy blacks. That's very, very important. He's underwater. And there will always be, your circle template has to be right nearby when you're drawing Cyberfrog. Because you'll use it a lot. I mean, Cyberfrog has a lot of just circles. Sometimes I'll freehand the circles, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I get in there and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to template these. In this case, obviously, I'm doing that quite a bit, drawing his hand and his knuckles. There I am answering a Twitter beef. I left the camera on while I typed on Twitter. What a waste of time Twitter is. Terrible. I'm writing myself a note. I'm going to make a list of all of these things that social justice warriors say. You know, it's a good way to tell when you're in an argument with a social justice warrior. I'm just going to make a list because they all talk the same. All right, so there's, let's start to draw the city. Now, again, you know, the city is now, I guess it looks like a paper wasp nest. And that's, you know, that's the kind of texture that I'm going to be using. And this is going to take a long time. So I actually just took a break now. I'll be working on this until about midnight tonight. It's 4 p.m. right now. And I just took a break to show you, you know, what I've done so far today. And kind of do an update video. There'll probably be another video tonight. I'm going to keep the camera running for the next 8 hours. I've got to do High Council at 9. But other than that, I'm just going to keep drawing. And, you know, let you guys see the progress as it goes. It'll be fun to actually finish a 2-page spread while you guys are watching. All right, so you can see, again, it's just think about paper piled over buildings, like spit over. How would you think of it? I would think that it looks like it has the texture of cement that's been spilled. But underneath that are, you know, many little, you know, octagonal cubby holes that now, I mean, actually go inside. So this is a big tall building on, you know, right on the shore of Philadelphia. And it has been turned into this. It's been transformed into this gigantic pillar of beehive. All right. And I would assume that the bees go through their little cubby holes there and right into the building, which has been eaten out from the inside. And it's now an enormous nest. And, you know, every single building, you know, I mean, New York City is going to be the same way. Looks like this now. And I think we're coming up to the end of the video. So thanks for watching, guys. I will update you again tonight.